Hey there, ever stop and think about how language actually works? Not just the big fancy words, but the basic blueprint, the way we build ideas from the ground up. Well, today, we're going to look at that blueprint and see how we construct meaning one simple piece at a time. It really all starts with a question like this one. How do you take something that's right there in the real world, a shirt, a car, anything, and get a picture of it into someone else's head using nothing but words? That little bit of magic? That's description. So if we're going to build with words, we need some materials, right? And in language, one of our very first and most powerful building blocks is color. It's kind of the first layer of detail we splash onto the world. Now, we all know these words, of course, but I want you to think of them a little differently. Think of them as your foundational toolkit. This is the basic palette you use to turn a vague idea into something vivid and colorful.
You see, colors are what make things specific. Just think about the huge difference between saying a car and a red car. That one simple block, that one little word, completely changes the picture in your head.
Okay, so we've got our descriptive paint, but what are we painting? We need a canvas. So let's grab our next set of building blocks. Clothes. These everyday items are perfect for what we're doing. Right now, they're just objects, nouns. Each one is kind of a blank slate, just waiting for us to give it some character with the colors we just looked at.
All right, here comes the really fun part. This is where the work begins. We have our two sets of blocks ready to go, the colors and the clothes. Now it's time to enter the construction phase and actually build something meaningful. So here's the blueprint, and honestly, it's super simple. It's just a 3-step process. First, you pick an object, let's say a shirt. Step 2, pick a descriptor, like the color blue. And then for the final step, you just combine them. And what do you get? My shirt is blue. Bam! With just 4 words, a specific image pops right into your mind. An object, a quality, and a connection. That's our first complete idea, built from scratch. In this formula, it works for anything. A red dress, black shoes, a brown jacket. Notice the pattern? It's the same every single time. You take an object, you add a descriptor, and you connect them. It just goes to show how versatile this simple little blueprint really is.
Building one sentence is cool, for sure, but the real power comes when we start using these blocks to build something together. So let's see how this blueprint works in a real back-and-forth conversation.
So, let's redefine what a conversation is for a moment. It's not just talking. You can think of it as an exchange of these building blocks. One person asks for a piece of information, a color, a detail, and the other person provides it, helping to complete the picture. It all starts with a simple request. One person has half of the picture. They know about the dress, but they're missing that key descriptor. They're basically asking for the missing piece of the puzzle. And here's the answer that provides that missing piece. Green. Just like that, the information gets transferred and the mental image is now complete for both people. That right there is conversation in its most basic form. It's a collaborative build. So, we've walked through the blueprint and we've seen it in action. Now, the tools are yours. It's time to move from just watching to actually doing. It's your turn to be the architect. And your first goal is super simple. It's just this number, 5. So here is your first project, your first challenge. Take the tools we've laid out, the colors and the clothes, and construct 5 complete sentences. You can say them out loud, you can write them down. The important thing is that you build them. And if you need a little inspiration to get started, just take a look at these examples. Every single one follows that simple blueprint we've been talking about, an object combined with a descriptor. This is what you're aiming for. It's clear, it's effective, and it's something you can start doing right now. You know, we started this by talking about the architecture of language. We've given you the first few blocks and a pretty simple blueprint, but this is really just the foundation. Every new word you learn is another tool for your kit, another block to build more complex and detailed ideas. So the only question left is, what will you build?